Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are working on the last page in my daughter's pre-K insert from Heidi Swapp. This is a storyline chapters if you've been following me. I will leave the playlist down below of all the layouts I've completed in this album. And so we're just finishing up with the last day of school. So I have my favorite Tim Holt Sizzix Alpha dies. These are just called Thinlits. The number is 664223 in case you're ever looking for them. I gravitate towards these a lot because it's just a good size alpha. So here are all the Thinlits. So my thought is to just cut out last day of school on black cardstock here. And I've already printed my photos. I have this that I want to use as a background paper, and I think I'm going to extend it to this side and just have it behind the two photos. And then I've found this hip hip hooray that I feel will kind of fit good over here. So kind of like a hip hip hooray, last day of school. This was like her little graduation ceremony side, and then the actual last day of school when we took a picture before we left. So I'm going to push these to the side. These are the letters I do not need, and these are the letters I do need, so we'll cut those out shortly. But let's get putting together this layout to end her album. And I will probably keep journaling, probably in the bottom portion there. Once this is here, I'll probably do it along the bottom on how the school year went. So let's get started. So this rainbow polka dot paper has like a Vicky Bouton style, but it was actually from a paper pad that I picked up from Hobby Lobby that was just called Rainbows. And it's so cute, and they had other designs too, but I just decided on the polka dot, but they had like a stripe or like an animal print one that was all in rainbow colors too. This one I just thought was very happy confetti and like a celebration for this layout. So I took two photos of her and her teachers on their little graduation ceremony. It was my first one, she's graduating pre-K. And then the other one was actually taken on the last day of school with her, and I got the sign that I did on the first day of school, so I'm so glad I saved that sign. Just because we're moving and stuff, so I knew I needed to keep it out. And so it worked out perfectly to kind of round out the new year, or the end of the year, not the new year. So when I'm doing this too, I had these scrap pieces of paper, and so I needed a few ephemera pieces. So I cut some of them out in order to be sprinkled or overlaid on top of some of the photos, so that the photos just didn't feel like they were sitting on top of the paper. So I start to have them around the corners or edges of the photos on the left side and on the right. Like I said, that way there was just some sort of layered element where they were kind of involved with this polka dot. So then I'm looking through these large Happy Planner stickers, or they're actually probably just called Mombi, so me and my big ideas. So this one says, be the brightest color, something something, but it's just very colorful. And then the hip hip hooray worked perfectly for this. So I didn't end up using the Thinlits that I showed you in the opening part of the video, only because I have packed away the boards for my cutter bug. So I definitely just had to break out my Silhouette Cameo mat and open the program up and make just as thin as possible letters to cut out just on simple black cardstock. And I'm using a Nuvo glue pen to adhere them. And I just used the Nuvo glue pen for the first time, and I love that it's a really thin applicator, so hence the pen aspect makes it really easy to apply really thin little letters like this. So I need to keep this handy. I've had it in my stash forever, just never took it out the packaging. Total fail, but I'm new to the glue pen, and I'm here to stay because that worked out great. So here I am applying those little polka dots that I had cut out that I was mentioning, just so that the photos interacted with the background paper. So I always kind of do this, even when it's a floral, I always cut one or two florals out, and that way I have ephemera to overlay on your photos. It's a nice little way to incorporate or achieve that look when you're doing these layouts. And so it's just a story of being very proud of her for finishing her first full year, even though the last few months have been she just didn't want to go, and I've never figured out why. And I just feel like maybe the class wasn't engaging enough. I do so much with her at home, between crafts and making learning fun with games, that I feel like she just wasn't challenged enough this year, which is okay. So next year it's a new school, we're moving, and so hopefully things will improve. But I'm glad I completed this whole insert to document her school year. Okay, that will finish off this layout. I will do some journaling and just kind of put it in this little section here on some printer paper about her graduation day and last day at the school. Now, the only thing I would change, and now it's glued down and I wish I would have put this sort of in the middle. I just thought that this was going to fit a little bit more like a square in here was my original layout, which is why I have that gap. So maybe I'll just do some sort of stamping, or maybe I'll put maybe a little more strip of journaling there or something to kind of fill that spot. But for this, okay, I've come back. I can't, like, this is bothering me so much now because after I put all that, it should be centered. So I cut a little strip and we're just going to kind of cover that. And I've recut school and we're going to make it a little bit more in the center. It might look a little glitchy, you know, because this is cut and it's going to look a little off compared to the polka dot, but at least the scattered polka dot pattern of it all may not make it look as terrible. Yeah, because it just needs to be in the middle. What do you think, guys? Am I crazy for wanting to fix this? Yeah, so even that would probably look better there. Yeah, that's what has to be. So just, you know, it'll look a little loopy there, but I will be happier with it. And so in the beginning you saw me wanting to use the thin lids, but because if you've been watching, my craft room is pretty much packed and I don't have my cutter bug plates, so this is just the silhouette cameo that I'm able to use here, and that's why I was able to cut it again in the same size font and everything, because I just didn't take it off my program yet. So we're gonna do this and fix the middle, fix the way the school is so that it's in the middle of the layout, all right? Okay, that will wrap up this video. So I went ahead and did my journaling, and I love the way I fixed that so that it is in the middle and not driving me bonkers. I hope you've enjoyed your time with me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give this video a thumbs up. And